Hello students, welcome to Umadevi Children Academy. Today we are discussing the topic is the Faraday law of electrolysis. So in the Faraday first law of electrolysis, the what he did, he using a kind of electrolyte solution in which he dipped the two electrode. Before dipping the electrode, he measure the mass of the electrode. The before dipping electrode, he get the mass of electrode is x gram. Both mass electrode is x gram, right? And connected with the battery. Right. He want to know that the how much mass is deposited with respective current at a constant time. How much of mass deposited with respect to the current. So what he did, the first he passed the 1 ampere of current, he passed 1 ampere of current. After passing 1 ampere of current, he switch off the battery, again remove the 2 electrode from the solution. Then he got the 5 gram of mass is deposited here and 5 gram of mass deposited here. So initial mass is x gram and the final mass is x plus 5 gram. It means when we pass the 1 ampere of current, the 5 gram of mass is deposited over the cathode and anode. That's students. Again similarly, the second he passed the 2 ampere of current, then 10 gram of mass deposited at the anode, 10 gram of mass deposited at the cathode. Right. Again he passed the 3 ampere of current. Then he got the 15 gram mass deposited at the anode, 15 gram deposited at the cathode. So he stated that when the 1 ampere of current passed, 5 gram of mass deposited with respect to time. 2 ampere of current is passed, the 10 gram of mass deposited. 3 ampere of current passed, 15 gram of mass deposited. That's why he explained the statement, the mass of the substance is directly proportional to the current. Because here the current increasing the mass. Right students? Current increasing the mass over the cathode and anode. So mass of substance directly proportional to the current. Right students? And the second experiment he conducted, here he kept the current is constant and how much mass is deposited with respect to time. Right students? So again he using the passing the current for a 5 minutes. 5 minutes he passed the current. After passing 5 minutes, he removed the electrode from the solution. Then he got the 1 gram of mass is deposited each cathode and anode. Right students? Again he passed the current at the 10 minutes. He passed the current. If he pass the 10 minutes of current, then the 2 gram of mass is deposited over the cathode and anode. Right students? So if you pass the 15 minutes of electric current, then 3 gram of mass deposited at the cathode, 3 gram of mass deposited at the anode. So that's why he conclude that the mass of substance directly proportional to the time. Right. So here as the time increases, increasing the mass over the cathode and anode. Right students? Understood? I have understood this is the Faraday first law. Again what he did here, mass is constant, mass is continuous, the both side mass is there, only difference is the current and time. So he combining this both statement and by clubbing this both statement, he give the first statement, that is mass of the substance directly proportional to the current I, time t. Right students? Or mass of substance directly proportional to the charge q. Current into time means charge, that is q. Right students? So this is the Faraday first law. The Faraday first law, in the first statement he is using the first statement, mass of substance directly proportional to the current. Second statement, mass of substance directly proportional to the time. By clubbing both first and second both term, he come to the conclusion, mass of substance directly proportional to the current into time. Right students? Current into time. Mass of substance which is directly proportional to the current into time, right? So current into time means nothing but a charge q. Current into time nothing but a charge q. Let's see here. So quantitative electrolysis, here the Faraday first law, the q is the charge means current into time. Q is the amount of electricity charge flow through the electric circuit, that is coulombs. Unit is coulomb. I is the current, T is the time. The mass of substance discharged at the electrode. Electrode means cathode and anode. Electrolysis directly proportional to the amount of electric charge passed. So that's why same experiment he explained that the mass of substance directly proportional to electric charge Q. Electric charge means that is mass into current. Mass into current. Right, students? I hope you understood the Faraday first law. Next, students, come to the Faraday second law. In Faraday second law, what he did, he using the water the mass is deposited over the cathode and anode, is that mass, is it belongs to atomic number or atomic mass? You want to find out that one. So that's why he constructed this type of experiment. He using the different solution, silver nitrate, copper sulfate and aluminum nitrate. Different solution he using and passing in the inert electrodes, anode cathode, anode cathode, anode cathode, and all are connected with the battery. The electrodes are interconnected with each other. The first beaker, one electrode connected with the second beaker, another electrode. Second beaker, another electrode connected with the third beaker, another electrode. So they are interconnected here. When he pass the current, while flowing the current, the some mass is deposited over the anode and cathode. All the mass is deposited here, right? So whatever the mass is deposited, the silver is there. The silver mass is here deposited 107 gram. 107 gram. Right, students? And the whatever the copper is deposited, copper mass is deposited here, the 63 gram, 63.5 gram is deposited. So about this example, he find out that, sorry students, just a minute. So the silver mass is deposited here, that is the 107 gram. 107 gram mass is deposited, the silver is deposited here. When he calculated its mass, he got the 107 gram mass is deposited. Then he come to the conclusion, the whatever the mass is deposited, that is the atomic mass of the silver is deposited here, right? And similarly, copper is deposited here, cathode. When copper is deposited at the cathode, when he calculate the mass, here the mass is deposited at the 63 gram, 63.5 gram. It means that is the atomic mass of copper is deposited over the cathode here, right? But next, here the cathode aluminum is deposited. When he compare the aluminum, here only deposited 9 gram. The atomic mass of aluminum is 27. Rather than 27, here deposited only the 9 gram. 9 gram is deposited. Then in the first case, the whatever the mass is deposited, that is atomic mass of copper, atomic mass of silver. What is the second case? Whatever the mass is deposited here, that is the atomic mass of copper. The third case, it is the 9 gram is deposited. Aluminum deposited only 9 gram rather than 27 gram. So again he confused due to this experiment, and again he come to the conclusion by following some procedure. He come to the conclusion, the whatever the mass is deposited here at the cathode, so that is nothing but the atomic mass, that is the equivalent mass. Equivalent mass is deposited here, equivalent mass, right students? So 107 gram of silver is 107 gram of silver deposited at the cathode, 63.5 gram of copper deposited at the cathode, 9 gram of aluminum deposited at the cathode rather than 27 gram. So it means the whatever the mass is deposited, that is not a atomic mass, not atomic number, that is a equivalent weight. equivalent weight of mass is deposited over the cathode and anode. Right students, okay, let's see here the equivalent mass of the silver, that is atomic mass of silver by valency of silver. The atomic mass of silver is 107 divided by valency 1, so 107 gram is deposited. That's why 107 gram is deposited over there. In the second case, equivalent weight of copper, atomic mass of copper by valency of copper. The copper 63.5 gram divided by valency 1, and it got the 63.5 gram is deposited. Right students, next the equivalent weight of the aluminum, just make here correction, the aluminum students, equivalent weight of aluminum. So equivalent weight of aluminum, that is atomic mass of aluminum by valency of aluminum. Atomic mass of aluminum is 27 divided by 3, that is 9 gram. 9 gram is deposited here rather than 27. So it means the whatever the mass is deposited over the cathode, so that is not a atomic mass, not a atomic number, it is the equivalent weight. Equivalent weight means atomic mass by valency. So that's why the second law statement is mass of substance directly proportional to the equivalent mass. So during the electrolysis, whatever the mass is deposited over the cathode and anode, that is the equivalent mass. Understood students? So that statement expressed as a the weight of substance or mass of substance directly proportional to equivalent weight. Second, mass of substance directly proportional to equivalent weight, because we are using the different beaker, 3 different beaker we are using here. So that's why each beaker having the specific mass. Each beaker having the specific mass. For example, the weight of silver, the weight of silver is there, weight of silver, that is the, this is the weight of silver, and the equivalent weight is 108, right? And the next we are using the copper here, second case we are using the copper, weight of copper, equivalent weight is 63.5 gram. Understood? From first law, we know that first law, W is equal to 2CT, or you may say M is equal to directly proportional to Q, or you may say M is equal to IT, students, or you may say the M is equal to Z into IT. Z is the proportionality constant, so here that Z is taken as here, this is Z. C is here current into time, right? So putting the value, we got, in place of, we put the value, W means 2CT, Z1 CT, or C is the current, students. C is the current, rather than I here using the C. Z1 CT divided by Z2 CT, weight by weight of one atom by weight of another atom, equivalent weight of the one species by equivalent weight of another species. So this is the second law statement, students, Faraday second law statement, right? Okay, next the Faraday has calculated the charge of how much when electrons are deposited when the copper ion or any other ions are reduced over the cathode. It is not only one copper is reduced here. For example, if you are using the copper which is accepting the electrons, copper plus one state accepting one electron means to form copper atom. So it is how many copper? It is not a one copper, it is a 1 mole of copper. 1 mole of copper accepting 1 mole of electrons and form 1 mole of copper atom. Students, similarly, if you are using the silver ions accepting 1 electrons to form the silver atom. So it is not a one silver atom, it is a 1 mole of silver atom accepting 1 mole of electron and to form 1 mole of silver atom. Right, students? So he want to calculate the water the atom deposited, that is the 1 mole of atom is deposited, and whatever the cathode or whatever the ions are reduced, that is 1 mole of ions are reduced by accepting the moles of electrons. So 1 mole of electron transferred during the electrolysis. So charge of 1 mole of electrons means 1 mole into charge of electron. 1 mole means 6.023 10 to the power of 23. Charge of electron 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Both you multiply, then you got this value. This value approximately taken as a 96500, one of the accurate whole number. That's why it is used here, 96500. That is Faraday charge. So F means 96500. Students. So 1 mole of electron means 1F, 1 into 96500. 2 moles of electron means 2F, that is 2 into 96500. 3 moles of electron means 3F, 3 into 96500. Right, students? This is one of the examples I given here. 1 mole of electron means 1 Faraday charge is passed. So when the anode or cathode in which whatever the ions are reduced or oxidized, they are oxidized or reduced by using this much of charge. During the oxidizers, they must be release this much of charge. During the reducers, they must be accepting this much of charge, 96500 charge. So 96500 charge, they are accept or released during the redox reactions or during the electrolysis. Right, students? So one example is, students, 1 mole of electrolysis 10 minutes with current of 1.5 ampere. So what is the mass of cathode is deposited? When we pass the 10 minutes, we are passing the current 1.5 ampere current passed for a 10 minutes. So how much mass is deposited at cathode? So solution is here. Solution is the 10 minutes, 10 into 60 seconds, 1 minute means 60 seconds, that is 600 seconds. So Faraday first law, M is equal to Q or M is equal to I into T. Right? So that is the I into T means the 965. When we compare, I is the current is 1.5 ampere, time is 60 seconds. So that is 900 coulombs. The charge is 900 coulombs. The charge is the 900 coulombs. Right, students? Okay. At cathode, copper is deposited. It means the copper which accept 2 electrons to form copper atom. Copper accept 2 electrons to form copper atom. Copper atoms. So 2 electrons means 2 moles of electron. 2E means 2 moles of electron. So 2 into 96500, that is 193,000. This much of charge. This much of charge used to reduce the copper atom. So next year. So when the coppers are accepting the 193,000 coulombs of charge, deposited 63 gram of copper. Right? The 900 coulombs of charge accepting how much mass is deposited. Then you cross multiply 900 into 63 divided by 193,000. Then you got the 0.29 gram. So 0.29 gram is deposited when you pass the 900 coulomb charge. Right, students? Today, okay, I hope you understood the today Faraday law of electrolysis. If you have any doubt, then ask me, students. Thank you so much.